crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, but don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy.
Our country, baby, our democracy. We don't fall for this shit.
We
Anyway,
can't afford mediocrity.
how y'all doing, baby? It is Thursday, and I'm glad it's time for another Blue Dot family meeting, and I'm glad y'all are here. And of course, John didn't do the one thing he's supposed to do right before he starts this, and that is scroll back up to the top. I think it was Dwayne Twizzle. And I was right. Dwayne Twizzle was the first one to jump in, followed by Susan Greenland. Dorothy Tyndall is here. Ask is in the room. Trudy Baxter. Doug Sane. Kelly 1313. Sam is here. Sue Warrior. Debbie Capran. Roger Himmelwright. And Jim's Radio Check. Outstanding. Irene Lambert. Thank you, baby, for everything you do. John Mittler. And Bunny Griffin. Teresa Hicks. Tamara Harrington. Oh, baby, you know what I'm thinking. Gordon it's stuck in my head. Gordon Marble, Veronica Sawyer, everybody's here. Nancy Halverson's here. Let me grab this and jump on down here so we can start this show up, talk about all the shit that's in the news that John doesn't know a damn thing about today. That's right, because John didn't pay attention to the news. John had other things to do. I spent the day at the harbor down here. Let me see if I can remember what I was doing. There you go. I was down at the harbor today, Corpus Christi Harbor, and they're taking down the old bridge today. The bridge that has been there my whole life. And, oh, come on now. Come on. Don't be doing that. We'll just start that over and do that. Anyway, and of course there's a commercial because it's on YouTube. Anyway, the bridge has been there my whole life, and well, Lord have mercy. There's a picture. I don't know if y'all could see this or not. There is a picture of my bridge before it dropped, before they let it down on that barge that is sitting underneath it in the water there. And I don't know why that popped up, because it's supposed to be live, and it don't look like that anymore. Anyway, my apologies. I thought I was going to be able to show you the bridge actually sitting on the barge, which it is right now in the ship channel down there. My kids are still down there. Travis is filming the whole thing, has been all day, and it's been a bit of history, but anyway, my original thought, because I just got in here, and because I've been down there all day, was what I was thinking, that because it's a very slow process. You cannot see the bridge coming down. If you look at it, you can't see it moving. It's just doing nothing, just sitting there. You walk away and come back 10 minutes later, you can notice, oh, it moved. That's about the only way you could see it, because it was a very, very, very slow process to bring that huge bridge down onto a barge that was waiting underneath it. And they finally got it done. But the thought kept running, the metaphor kept running through my head of tearing down old bridges and building new ones, because in the shot that if you see on my Facebook page, you can see the bridge coming down. You can see it sitting on the barge. But in the background, you see our new bridge. Nice, big, huge, modern bridge that's supposed to last 100 years, and it's going to allow bigger ships to come into our port. Whippy for that. And it was the metaphor of tearing down old bridges, and that's what I feel like we've done in this country. The bridges that we formed, especially after 9/11, when this country came together, and to think of where we are now. It pains the heart. Some way, and I don't know, we have to build a new bridge. This old bridge is torn down. The divide between the right and the left is so wide, so damaged. A lot of people wonder how it's even going to come back together again, how we can form one nation. But I believe we can. I believe that we can. How we get there, how we build that bridge, yet to be seen. But it's one that needs to be built. You know, I passed my neighbor on the street when I left this morning, on my street right here. Came face to face. He didn't wave, and I didn't wave. The only guy on the street that I don't wave to. I wave to the others. I don't get a response, but I used to wave at everybody, and everybody used to wave at me. And it is a bit painful to see that divide within your own neighborhood, within your own family. Bombi 1138, growing pains. Maybe that's what it is, baby, because we're not done growing. Because we're not done with this democracy thing. That's what we're fighting for, because we have somebody in office who's not too keen on that. Not too much up on, Democrats. Oh, Lord. There she is. Hello, Missy Chick.
I'm waiting for a dog to come back to the door.
Okay, well, you wait for the dog to come back to the door, because I forgot I got mail. I want to call that out. Yes. I got mail from David and Kay Pridgeon from Brasstown, North Carolina. And it's a wonderful little card there. And it says, kick-ass mode activated. And challenges don't stand a chance around you. God bless you and your family. I love Bud and Bowl, and we love you. Stand strong, stand together, and that's what we have to do. Stand strong and stand together. And share a bowl if you get an opportunity to. I'm just saying. But thank you very much. I appreciate that tremendously. It was nice to get mail in my mailbox. Anyway, I miss Chick. Uh-oh. She must still be taking care of the dog, which I can definitely relate to. I got 4 of them really. 3 that are a hassle. But there she is. No, she ain't. That was me. I'll tell you what. While we wait on Miss Chick to come up.
The coyotes are gonna get her. I'm done.
Coyotes? You got coyotes?
Oh yeah, we got coyotes.
I got coyotes.
I hear them out there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're not afraid to let you know they're out there.
Mm-mm.
Oh, so how did your day go?
It went.
It went.
I had some stuff to do, which kept me really busy, and I didn't do much homework.
Well, my day went a lot like trying to watch paint dry.
Right.
Yeah, because the bridge was moving so slow that really, if you're watching it, you cannot see it move. You can't notice it move. You have to
look away for a few minutes. Yeah.
Yes, you have to walk away, go do something else, go look at the fish in the aquarium, because that's where we were. We were at the Texas State Aquarium. So just go watch the dolphins for a few minutes, and otters and whatnot, and then go back over to see the bridge. And oh yeah, oh shit, yeah, it moved. And but right now it is sitting on a barge underneath the span where it was, and yeah, it's a big event here. So there's a lot of people down there watching, all waiting to see if it's going to go off without a hitch.
Well, and the new bridge is pretty interesting looking too.
It is. It's a suspension bridge, and it's the tallest structure in South Texas. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's really quite nice. It's a nice view from up there. When you drive across it, you see quite a bit of area, and yeah,
Cool.
aesthetically pleasing, as they say.
Yeah, something
But
to distract you for a minute. That's always good.
momentarily, and it has this whole week, with the delay in the bridge because they were supposed to do this Monday, and the weather didn't permit, and that happened, and anyway, it got delayed several days. Today was a perfect day, no wind, the seas were calm, it was just a beautiful day, and yeah, they got it done. So, but now, like I say, that's going to allow larger ships to come into our port, larger tankers. But it's also going to allow cruise ships. So we're liable to get a cruise ship down here. Uh, you know, that'd be nice to see down on our bayfront. Nice big cruise ship down there.
I guess if you like tourists, it's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, they just come down to get on the boat and they're gone.
Oh,
They just park their
okay.
car here for a while, I guess. I don't know. I've never been on one. On a cruise.
You're right. I have no desire to be on one. There's that.
No, no, I think
I'm
those
good.
days, there was a time when I thought, oh yeah, cruise be nice. Nowadays, nah, not so
Yeah, I
much.
never had a time when I went.
Randy just went on a cruise, one of our Blue
Yeah,
Dots,
he did.
and he had a great time. And my
I'd rather
adopted
be on
son,
one of those smaller cruises, the ones that go along the rivers in Europe.
oh yes, yeah, I've
I'd
seen the
I'd rather do
advertisement for
that.
them.
Yeah.
That looks pretty laid back,
Yeah.
pretty laid back. Hey,
If I was going.
let me go ahead and send out a couple of thank yous to Chadwick Rogers, who came in with a $2 donation, said, Happy Hallows Eve, Blue Dot family. Indeed, baby, tomorrow is the spooky night. And
Woohoo.
it's going to be spooky. And Silly Bebo Brittany came in with a $5 donation and said, New Kofefe dropped a few days ago. South Korea, South Korea, at least he can identify animals like giraffes, hamburger, help me, and stuff like that. Yeah. What was that? Is that was he trying to pronounce South Carolina or something? South Carolina,
Ouch! Why
Carolina.
South
I
Korea? I don't know.
Oh, maybe
They don't
so.
know.
Maybe so. His
Who
mouth
knows?
ain't working right. And Michael Johnson, KY, came in with $2 and said, My neighbors were in Miami in our back. Fuck those Trump. Ah. They probably got some weather out of that storm that moved through Jamaica that
Yeah, that
tore
storm.
everything up. That was terrible.
I was just
Oh,
How you
looking at
doing, John?
hello,
parts of
Joe.
Jamaica.
How are you doing,
Hey,
brother?
John. Well, I'm thankful to the big G man that one more day they didn't pick me up.
They ain't got you?
They ain't got me yet.
Shh, Joe. You, you, you're at a secure location, aren't you? Right?
I was right there by the harbor.
Oh, were you? Did you go down to look?
No, I couldn't stand looking. To tell you the truth, it's been there all my whole life, and
It's yes.
I'm not the kind of guy that's accustomed to change.
Well, that's the thing
I'm
about
comfortable.
change, Joe. It comes whether we want it or not.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
when I want it, it doesn't happen.
The change
The
we
orange
want
blob.
doesn't always come. Yeah.
Change
That's
your
right.
underwear, change your socks, that kind of change.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up and I turn on the TV and I look at the news and he's still alive.
Yep. He's still there. He's still
Nothing's
there.
changed.
Nothing's
Yeah.
changed. Tomorrow's going to be another shit day too. So What do you want to know?
Just what kind of spew is he spewing today?
Yeah, what kind of shit is he trying to keep us away from thinking about Epstein? Everything,
Epstein,
everything.
Epstein, Epstein.
Epstein,
Mm-mm.
Epstein, Epstein. That's why Congress hasn't reconvened. That's the sole
Meanwhile,
reason. Meanwhile,
You know
meanwhile,
something?
in
You know
British.
something, John? I'm squirreling away in my freezer. I'm squirreling away um, stuff to eat.
are you stocking up on
Yeah,
groceries?
yes, sir. I got ribs. I got sausage,
Damn.
just in case. In
Just in case
case
you
the
need a
news
barbecue.
comes in. Yes, I mean if the news comes in, I'm
You're
ready.
okay. You're ready to throw that party.
Oh yeah,
Oh hell yes. Yeah. Oh well, it would be
and I'll
sad.
tell you,
It would be sad. We'd all have to
oh
mourn. You know,
oh no no no
all that
no
all
no.
that
You're
stuff.
gonna hear my joy all the way to Sampat,
Be able to
and
hear you out my
and
door, huh?
out your front door, and if the,
Yep.
the northern's coming, you'll
Uh,
smell it too.
there you go. Meat's on the barb. So there you go.
I mean,
How,
on the Barbie, all we need is a little
how's
shrimp.
Maria? How's Maria? Everything fine?
She
Everything
is
going
doing
good?
fine. We're
Good.
fixing to do a what do they call a movie night because she's got 2 days off,
Oh shit, yeah. There you
and
go.
we're gonna. Hopefully, it's nice and cold. A little cool, so that way we can
No, it's cold, Joe.
snuggle.
No, I woke up this morning. It was cold. It was like 48 degrees or something like that outside.
Well,
Dogs
it was pretty.
woke me
It
up
was
early.
pretty cool. It was pretty. I got up at 2 in the
Freezing,
morning. Yeah,
freezing.
I got up at 2 in the morning. I had to put socks on.
Get the socks. Yeah,
Yes,
I'd
I
turn
mean
the heater on.
socks, and I
I'd
didn't
turn the
have to
heater on.
wear any. I didn't have to turn any pant and put on any pants because I mean I don't wear pants unless it's at least 32.
32. Yeah, 32. I ain't going out the house. That's where that goes. That's where that happens. Anyway, boy howdy. Yeah, but it turned out to be a beautiful day. It really did.
Yes,
And
it's still a beautiful day.
it is. It is. It is. My kids are still down there. They're at the breakwater. At the Lexington where you go to get on the Lexington.
Yes,
Except
yes, it's
you don't go up the gangplank. You just keep walking out that water out that breakwater.
that long curve.
Long
Yeah.
curve that goes way the hell out there. That's where they are, I think, because Travis wants to get a shot of the bridge as they tow it by.
Bon
Because
voyage.
we have bon voyage.
I'll tell you one thing. I've made a suggestion to the KRS TV, whatchamacallit website, that wherever that bridge goes, they should make it a fishing pier. It's long
Well,
enough. It's wide
yeah,
enough.
we were all kind of hoping that they would take a structure like that and dump it right off the coast for a reef,
A reef.
an artificial reef. Like they sink old boats.
Well,
So
you know something? They might be doing that.
yeah, no, they ain't going to do that. They're going to tow it right over there by Ingleside, and they're going to cut it up in little pieces.
Oh, Lord.
Yep, it's going to be going to the scrap pile. So,
Oh,
adios, bridge. Hello,
man.
Fatty.
That's some of that good old American steel too, ain't it?
Yes, it is. Kind of rusty, but
It ain't none of that cheap overseas stuff.
the only reason that we're getting this new bridge, really, to be honest, is because of the port of Corpus Christi. We're the fifth largest port. We're a very major in oil and gas. There's tankers going in and out of here all the time, and they needed the capacity to bring bigger ships in. And
Well, that
but
crazy guy up there at the White House might send some fighter jets and sink a couple
tanks.
of
We
those
need
ships.
tanks, troops
well,
on there
well,
to protect it.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe some guided
I'm
missiles
I'm
around it and stuff.
I'm thinking he'll sink
In
it
case
because he'll say,
Mexico
hey,
decides
hey,
to,
they got drugs in there. They got drugs in
yeah,
them ships, and he'll sink a
yeah.
few. He's crazy enough to do it.
He's pushing that shit. He's pushing that
Oh yeah.
shit. And we have another we had a 4-star admiral. He gave up a star and resigned rather than go along with Trump's bullshit, Hegseth's bullshit. And now we have a 3-star general doing the same thing, resigning his commission because he refuses to go along with Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump's bullshit when it comes to our military personnel. And I'm glad to see it. I'm happy to see it. I'm proud to see it. Because that's what needs to happen.
Yep.
Well, the trouble with that, I mean, I'm glad they're standing up for themselves, but without them to undermine Trump when the day comes that they,
That's true.
They're not standing up for themselves, Joe. They're standing up for their position. They're standing up for the integrity of the office they hold. They took an oath to the
I'd rather them
Constitution.
step down now.
and that's true. That's true. But when they leave, they'll get a stooge to go up in there.
That's
That's the problem.
the
I'd rather
process.
take a
That's what
stooge
they
to a
want to do.
Nuremberg trial than a guy that doesn't deserve it.
And I'm
I
hoping.
commend him for stepping down. It sucks that it has to happen that way, but it really does. It really does.
It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart.
But you know what?
That
New
a
bridges
Fox
will be
TV
built.
news host is now
Yeah.
the Department of War, and he's scratching his balls all the time, wanting to show them to everybody.
Well, he's
And
got
it's
to
just
find them
sickening.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he thinks they're like giant. He's got big ones, baby. Don't you? He's swinging them around, knocking everybody over with his balls. Does he have any brain to go with it? No, not a bit. Not a bit. He's I don't. His demented vision that I assume he received while he was at Fox News. Got mind brainwashed over there, listening to that kind of bullshit every day. That he wants to get in there and make some kind of super war force. And now we got what? We got Donnie coming up. We're going to start testing nukes again. Well, here we go. Let's start tossing that shit.
Yeah, I just heard that this morning.
But
Holy
we don't
shit.
need that. We don't need that. We got enough radioactive shrimp in Walmart.
Oh shit! It's
I
pitiful.
mean, they're
man.
glowing. They're glowing. Next thing you know, Godzilla will be coming out of the water and
Yeah.
all that
Wouldn't surprise
radioactivity.
me. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, wouldn't surprise at all because there's things in the water that we don't know about. Up
Yeah,
there
We
by
know
the.
more about
Plants
space
still
than we know
yeah.
about the depths of the ocean.
Well, I
Man,
know
We've
this.
explored more
today's the day,
space
too.
than we have the depths of the ocean.
I'm a commoner. I don't know very much, but I know that there's nothing in between those ears, in that
Test
space
Omar
between
Largo.
those ears.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't have to be a scientist to figure that out.
It's like all the empty space on the East Wing.
Boy, howdy shit.
It ain't there.
It ain't there. Yeah. Yeah, but
But
don't
new
worry.
shit will be
Big,
rebuilt.
beautiful
It's new
ballrooms
shit.
coming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
But
beautiful
my
arch
situation.
right out on the right out on the road too. We're gonna have a big arch, the Arch de Trump. Are you shitting me? It's sickening. It really is. You keep wanting the Republicans to come to their senses, and they're just not. What's what headline I
Well,
see
the addict
here?
always
I
has to
apologize. I didn't
go
get
as
to see
deep as
none of
they
the news.
can.
I've been keeping my attention on the local hoo-ha about the bridge.
Yeah. And you know what? It's what I look at lately. It's like I said, it's been there all my life, just like yours, John. We're about the same age, and
Well, I've lived here just about all my life. I wasn't born here, but I moved here in 1963, I think it was 1963, and the bridge was built in '59. So it's the only bridge I ever knew.
Yeah.
It's the iconic view of it's the corpse is going to have to change their motive,
Yeah.
their little logo up there because they're going to have to show the new bridge instead of the old bridge.
Yeah.
changed the whole skyline. But
Yep.
yeah, it's
And I'm sure people that were older than us had the
Oh, yeah.
same feelings when that North Beach was used to be a
oh
mecca.
a hot time in the old town tonight. It used to be
I'm
North Beach,
telling you.
carnival over there, and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then what happened? Oh yeah, hurricanes.
Yep.
Yeah, it leveled it. It has been several times, but now with the addition of the Texas State Aquarium over there and the USS Lexington on our bay, down there, right
And the
on North
baseball.
Beach, and
And the
the hooks.
baseball.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's
Yep.
we're trying to climb up. We're trying to climb up the ladder of something to do here in Corpus Christi. You know, something.
We
Once
already
you go
got
to the
14
Lexington.
inches of snow up in the hills.
Oh no, see, well, no, homie, don't
Oh
play
yeah,
that
buddy.
shit. No,
Oh yeah, it's about time. It's about time to go play.
No, no, that's where John draws the line right there. John is medically connected to the temperate zone. I do not like cold. Are you shitting me? It just got down. I swear it was like 48 or something. I think.
Yeah.
You know, when I got up
down to
this
the high
morning, it
20s up
was
here at night.
freezing.
We're getting frost already on the ground.
Are you?
Oh.
I had to go. I had to pick two big bags of green tomatoes just to make sure they didn't split.
Well, poor you. They'll ripen up.
I think
Yeah.
somebody's going to be eating
Got the
some
hard
green
part over now.
fried
Oh, yeah.
tomato.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know this.
Hello, John.
Hello.
What's up,
Hello,
Dave?
Dr. Andy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I just got myself some KFC today.
You got, wait a minute, you got some what?
I got myself some KFC, some fried chicken.
Oh, KFC. Okay, there you go.
Some
Sit down and
fricassee.
have a leg.
Maybe shouldn't have raw dogged it.
Yeah, I just finished it already.
Oh, and I was about going out there.
Andy, you're going to have to shut off whatever's
Yeah.
going on behind you.
I'm sorry. My brother was watching TV.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it comes through. Anyway, while we get back, let me thank Mega Wet Willie who came in with a $5 donation and said the Cheeto has a big space for rent sign between his ears and sound doesn't travel in a vacuum filling his head. Yeah, that's Cheeto. I love it.
That's not your
Thank you,
regular
Mega Wet Willie.
That's a
Oh,
Mega
man,
Wet Willie.
He is. The last time I saw him speak was at he spoke a couple times on Air Force One as he's flying. Didn't pay much attention to that, but his speech at over on in Yokosuka, I think,
Japan.
on the USS George Washington, his speech to the troops, which was a rambling piece of shit like he always does. He gets off on tangents. You can't keep him. You know, I saw President Biden speaking just the other day. Just the other day, he was addressing, and it was precise speech from beginning to end. It was cohesive. You knew the subject all the way through, the right motivations, all of that. And then you get up and hear Donnie speak, and it's like, it's rambling on bullshit. And
Yeah, it's kind of like a 2-year-old trying to speak.
yeah, you might as well be talking to
Yeah, that guy.
All right,
acts like
I
a
give you
child.
credit. Maybe a 5-year-old.
It's like the arsonist that burnt down the bridge, standing at the edge of the creek, selling people buckets.
Yeah, got buckets of water here. Help put that bridge
selling
out.
it to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what he's done. So
Is there any truth to Kennedy being asked to leave his position?
I saw a headline that says somebody is
I think a couple of Republicans.
I'm trying to look for that headline. There was a headline that said something about he's got to go. He's killing the American people. He where's that headline? Anyway, it's on the agenda evidently. Maybe. Let's hope. Like
If
he
they
has
ever-
any damn
they ever-
business being in there to begin with. Come on.
He
And
has-
every one of
he
us
has
knows
no
it.
business. Yes. He has no business even You remember when they used to have restroom attendants. He has no business even doing that.
He has plenty
They
of
still have
attendants
them
when
in
he goes to the
Mexico,
bathroom.
you know?
I'm sure he has plenty of attendants with him.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah, he has no
change that.
business to
Oh,
know about our
shit.
medical history.
I hope whoever
either.
does that has to get paid. I hope they pay that guy a whole lot of money. Lots of money up front. I swear if I was his personal valet, I would. I'd want my money every day up front in cash.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy.
I wish
It's
one day
pitiful.
that he's going down an excavator, or whatever you want to call them, and it stops all of a sudden. He just rolls on down.
Well, I really got a big tick out of it when he was trying to go up the elevator and it stopped. Where did you going to? What was that? It's, the UN. I think he was going to make a speech at the UN or something, and he went. Him and Melania was there. She got on first. It went up about a foot before it just stopped, and that look they gave the camera just said it all. And it was Melania that took the first step and started going up the stairs. So
Yeah.
Oh, he couldn't figure that out for himself.
no, she had to lead the way.
You know that
she's-
Melania
she's-
hates Christmas, right?
Yeah,
She said, "Fuck Christmas."
that's what she
Fuck
said.
Christmas.
That's what
Yeah.
she said. Yeah, I got nothing for her. I'm sorry. I've had respect for just about every first lady there is, even the Bushes. First ladies, they did their job. They were ambassadors of goodwill for the White House. And with Melania, you get nothing. She don't show up. When she does, it's always with some weird hat that shows half or hides half her face with a frown on her face, and it's like she's on a runway somewhere modeling. It's all fake, just like him. Just like him.
Yeah,
It's just,
she's out of touch.
huh?
She's out of touch, though.
Oh, she's way out of it. How could she be in touch with it? How can either one of them be in touch with anything? Jorge, what are you doing? I see you in there, brother. Y'all muted up, though, see? Anyway, we all see what he's doing every damn day. And, yeah, it's not good.
What are you going to
It's
do for
not good.
Halloween?
What am I doing for Halloween?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be handing out candy to whoever knocks on my door. Fat chance of that
I'm
happening.
just going to barbecue with my dad.
I think we're on Saturday. Me and the boys and Miss Deborah, have plans to go down to downtown Corpus for Dias de los Muertos, Day of the Dead.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Dias de los Muertos, right, Joe? Am I saying it right?
Dia de los Muertos. De los.
De los.
Mm-hmm.
De los Muertos. Day of the Dead.
That's
So,
when you
yeah.
remember. Well, it's supposed to be in Mexico. You remember the ones
It's
who have passed before you.
it is a big celebration in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's kind of a Catholic
Absolutely.
thing.
What's that?
Well,
Old school.
it's old school. I mean, even anybody who likes to party, because that's really, you remember the dead, and you get together and you have a good time with the people that are around you.
Yeah. It's more of a
And plan
celebration.
on how to build new bridges.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
As Don
yeah,
Cheeto says, they
yes,
celebrate life, we celebrate death.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
both of them are guaranteed, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of us. So, nobody gets out of this life alive.
Yeah. Hey, John, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What would you do if Elon Musk was your foster dad or your adopted dad? What would you do?
Good
A
question.
Lamborghini would own his ass.
I'd help him fall down some stairs.
Yeah. Yeah. Am I in the will?
No, like hypothetically, if he was your foster dad. Or
He's
your
going to
adopted
become a
dad.
trillionaire. He's going to become the first trillionaire. What do you do with that kind of money? What do you do?
You buy a country.
You buy a country, baby. That's right.
Yeah.
And
Or a
Donnie's put a
few.
for sale sign on this one. Hey, highest bidder, Elon Musk, Russia, whoever pays the most, you know.
I got no respect for that man, to be honest with you. I know his kids hate him too, though. He's the richest man on earth, but he acts like a deadbeat around his kids, though.
I think his kids suck him up for daddy's got the dough. It's the family business they run, which is doing quite well right now.
Yeah.
Damn well, you know.
It's so
That brought
he did,
something. That brought something to mind, John. Going
What?
toward Kingsville,
Right?
there's supposedly a Tesla factory being built.
Really?
That's
Really?
what I understand. That's what I understand.
Out by where now?
Toward Kingsville, off of 77.
Really? I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
check that out.
I saw that being, some huge thing being built, and I asked around. I said, "Yeah, it's one of those Musk Tesla factories getting built." I said, "Oh,
Boy, howdy shit. Well, that'll
money talks."
money talks, buddy. It does. And
yeah, like that
if
Millennium
it
song.
provides jobs for the area, that'll be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't buy one. I just wouldn't
Well,
buy one. I just
no,
wouldn't buy one. I hate him
I
that
tell
much.
my grandson, my grandson he's 18 years old, getting ready to drive, and I said, "I wouldn't buy one of those cars." He says, "Why not?" I said, "Well, drive one of those cars in a flood.
Yeah.
You won't go far."
Yeah, you're not going anywhere. I would imagine. Electric car. Water is the worst thing you can do. So
Water with electricity.
that old diesel make
Hey,
it through there.
John.
Jorge, what are you doing? He must be occupied. He must be occupied.
Yeah,
I
well,
think it's
let's see
late.
what time. Oh, it's dinner time. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Chumping us off just to eat, you reckon?
I'm telling you.
Well, boy,
I know. I started early. Mama made caldo, soup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she made beef tail soup.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. You're eating good.
Hey, Joe.
Well, there's a couple of cows without a tail. I'm not going to say where I got the tail.
Yeah.
I don't need it anyway. All it is just swatting flies. Shit.
That's all they were doing with
That's
it.
all they were doing. Anyway.
Just don't
Jorge.
tell Farmer Brown down the street.
Jorge, I see you lighting up.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of in and out here. I got on here, and as soon as I did, the phone rang, and I had to, Anyway,
Not a problem. Not a problem.
I was noticing, Don Jr.'s ex-girlfriend, Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Kimberly Guilfoyle?
Mm-hmm.
That precious little thing,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they have, in order to get her out of the country, they made her ambassador to Greece, right?
Boy, howdy.
I don't know if you're aware of
No,
that.
I wasn't. I haven't.
Oh, yeah,
I've got nothing up in my head right now.
So anyway, she's got this big party planned on, I think the 2nd of November. And she's going to be with this Greek singer and this Greek billionaire on this yacht somewhere
Right.
out there. And for invitations, you just contact the Greek embassy in the American embassy in Athens.
I'll do that.
Yes, and you can go to the party because she liked to party.
That's what I hear.
Okay, but then on the 4th, she has to assume the duties of the ambassador to the United States of America. So we're hoping that she gets hydrated and sobers up enough
Let's
to
hope so, at least for the ceremony.
to show
You know.
up, and deal with the dignitaries and stuff on behalf of the United States of freaking America.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know,
Aren't we being represented on the world stage?
ain't this some cute stuff, huh?
Ain't it? Ain't it?
Ain't it cute? Yeah.
Well,
So,
if she,
Is
but it got her out of Don Jr.'s hair.
there you go. There you go.
That way
She's
it
not home.
made room for who's this new one?
She's in Greece having a great time. She'll love it.
Well, she's the ambassador. Because
She'll love it.
I feel like we're going to be well represented there.
Yes, of course we will. Oh, the
If
interest
she
of the
gets
United
good-
States will
I
be
mean,
well
if-
represented.
if-
drunk, she might
Botox-
spill the beans.
If Botox and silicon do
Yeah.
the job, then she'll be right in there.
She's on the job, baby.
She-
She's ready
she
to
will
test that
cover up
stuff. Make
good.
sure it's all good before she's shipped over here.
That's right.
That's
buddy.
right. Protecting the American
Anyway,
people. That's what it's all
That
about.
just kind of popped out of the
Putting
news
her
at me. That
body on the
anyway,
line like that, I'm telling you.
I just couldn't. I saw that and it's like, holy,
You couldn't hold it in.
holy shit! Look at.
Yes, Sim, every single one of them is inept. Every
just a
person that he
clown
has put
show.
in charge, director of
He's got
whatever, you
26
name it.
26 people that used to work for Fox News
That's
somehow in the
where the employee pool is coming from.
I mean, who the hell's left at Fox?
Oh, don't worry.
Maria and Sean.
Yeah, don't worry.
Jesse Waters.
And a line of blonde bimbos that all look the same.
Yeah. Well, got to give the customers what they want.
Yeah,
They're not
legs
there
and
for the
short
news
dresses,
anyway.
reading the news
They're
and-
there to have shit shoveled up their ass by somebody who looks pretty.
You betcha.
That's it, baby.
And they're happy.
I've got a question. I saw something that could be just stupidity, but something about the Charlie Kirk supposed, the assassination.
Right.
I saw where someone said he was killed by his own mic.
His
Yeah.
own mic.
Supposedly there was a round in the mic, and someone triggered it from a corner of where he was sitting.
Yeah, you
And,
can see where he was wearing a tank top underneath his shirt, and he had his
Yeah.
lapel mic on.
Right.
And
Right.
I don't know. It's
So they're suggesting
that
that
one's
the microphone itself
But
was a
let's not go
device.
into conspiracy.
I
Yeah.
just don't
Yeah.
understand how a 223 didn't go through his neck. They say he had great bones. Great bones. Yeah.
Well, it had to have been a small round. I mean, but perchance,
What
I
was
mean,
it,
it's
270?
conspiracy. But
That's a.
Oh, no, it
I
goes
think it was
through
a
an L.
270.
did they ever
Really?
find a?
Yeah, it was
Did
a
they ever
bolt
find-
action.
Oh yeah,
They said it was an .6.
an
at first.
06, 30-06. So it's a 30 caliber bullet.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the 30-06, man, that thing will go through a buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
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 And at
Some
close
of 'em
range.
don't
I mean,
smell right.
It has a
Yeah,
high
the whole thing
velocity.
definitely-
It's not just the size; it's the
Definitely
speed
weird.
it's
They
going.
claim they found the bullet under his skin in his neck.
that had to have been a small round. That
It's-
I would think a
logic tells you.
30-06 would go clean through.
I
Yeah.
would think so, yes.
I would
sir.
think at that distance
It'd
it'd
go through a
clean through.
fucking washing machine, you know?
Yeah.
goes right through a moose. I know that much.
But little 22 will bounce around in your body everywhere it hits bone.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever way it happened, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's
He
pushing up
said it
daisies.
himself. He said it himself. It's what you got to put up with in life for the Second Amendment for people, to have their God-given right to own rifles and shit. And there you
He
go.
was just a
You
product.
just got
of
to
a bunch of
sacrifice a few people
millionaires.
on the altar of the weapon. So there you go, Charlie. You're it. That's the way I
There's
look
probably
at
at
it.
least
That's
a
the way he
dozen
looked at it.
conspiracy
That's
theories
I
behind it.
accept his
Analogy.
huh?
Killed by Zion. I hear some wind noises. Who's that? making those wind noises?
I think it's Joe.
Oh, that's me. I'm in my what do they call it? I'm in my abode back here, the man cave, and I've got a fan because I've got mosquitoes trying to suck off of me, and I tell them I'm not rich.
Damn.
But anyways, I do have to go because the battery on this electrical device, is
Crapping out
not.
on you.
It's about
That's
to
right.
do what it does best: shut down on me.
Shut down on you. They
That's
have
right.
been doing that.
But John, I want right now. I want to invite you. One of these days, you need to come down.
I need
We
to
might
come
break
over.
out. We need to break out maybe a rack of ribs and get Randy over here when he gets off the ship.
Get
the
Travis
good ship
over
lollipop. Yes.
there. Have a little jam session. I'll
tell
bring
you
my
what.
cajon.
Do you bring your cajon?
Bring my
Because
cajon.
I remember that big old amp that I got. Well, I got that one, and now I got a PV. I got a PV and an Ibanez. So
I'll tell Travis. We need to get hold of Randy. I
Oh.
don't know if he's watching. I don't know if I've seen him in there or not. But if he
somebody
is
just
watching-
drove up in front of my house. He beat you
Uh-oh.
to it.
Oh,
We'll get to it, buddy.
Uh-oh.
Go see who it is.
Tell Mama we said hello, Joe.
Yeah, tell
I
Bubba
sure
we said
will,
hi.
guys.
All right,
I
Joe.
sure
Take
will.
care of yourself, brother.
Hey, you have a good one. We'll see you on
You
the
bet.
next
If not
show.
sooner.
If
If
not
not
sooner.
All right, brother.
Okay. Good night, guys.
Good night,
good
Joe.
night.
Be good.
And
Good
let me
night,
thank
guys.
Lincoln, who came in with a $2 donation. Lincoln did and said Charlie Kirk was a contract killing. Well, there's a theory. There's a theory.
There's about a dozen of them
I
out
sum
there.
up Charlie Kirk's death with, I don't give a shit. I
Me
really
either.
don't.
Yeah, so sad.
Yeah,
They're trying to give him the
like
Kennedy
I said,
treatment.
it was his
a
words.
freaked out
It's
Mormon
just the
kid
cost
that had
of
trans
gun ownership.
lover.
Huh?
The story is it's a freaked out Mormon kid with a trans lover that got all crossways about Charlie Kirk, about trans people, and I mean, just
Yeah, he's
somehow,
pleading innocent now too.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we don't know.
I hate
It's,
Charlie Kirk.
It's gonna be the trial of the
this is-
century,
None
buddy.
of this is like normal American people.
the
shit.
right is going to treat it like it.
This
You
is
know,
crazy people doing crazy shit.
that's what it is.
That's it.
Agree.
That's what I
MK
think.
Ultra.
Hang on, I gotta get the phone.
All right, get the phone. Anyway, What's
So, John,
yes.
do you have Netflix?
Not anymore. No, I don't have Netflix
Not
anymore.
anymore? Oh, I was about to tell you that new show that is going to be coming out like next month. It's called Death by Lightning.
Death by lightning.
Yep.
It doesn't sound joyful.
It's a show about a U.S. president named James A. Garfield, and it talks about it talks about the
the assassination.
plot.
Yeah.
of James A. Garfield, not Kennedy, not Lincoln, not even McKinley. James A. Garfield, the underrated president.
Yeah. He wasn't in office very long before he was shot.
And like people don't know this, but they think that people think there's only 2 U.S. presidents that were assassinated: Lincoln and Kennedy, but there's actually 4. There was James A. Garfield and William McKinley.
Boy, Eddie, the more you learn. Yeah, it's been in our history. Hello, George.
Hey, how you doing, John?
Hanging in
Good
there,
to
brother.
see everybody.
What's
And
up?
missed the last couple of shows. I was a little disappointed. I did get to go into YouTube and watch the video tape, though, and that was
Well, appreciate it.
allows you to catch up anyway. Yeah, it's you know, on the Charlie Kirk thing, you know, it's like you know, many hundreds of children shot in schools and churches and where have you, and one Charlie Kirk. So kind of an imbalance on the ledger there.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, I haven't really given it much thought after the big news breaking that he got shot, and that whole news cycle, it's gone, and now so is he. He's just gone. And
Yep.
not worth my
And
consideration
and,
anymore.
yeah. On another note, yeah, I think we got to start focusing some attention on the Heritage Foundation and stuff. I think those are the cats that's got the plan, and they're the ones that's executing it behind the
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah, Project 2025. It's a
Yeah.
real thing, and yeah, they're,
Oh, there's a
they're
whole
trying
bunch
to.
of them there.
91 of the executive orders are exact copy and paste out of the
Out of
Project
out of the
for
hair.
Leadership mandate. Yeah.
Yep.
It's,
Yeah.
The handwriting's on the wall, baby.
Trump's
That's
just a
exactly
freaking
what they
puppet,
want to
man.
do.
Yep.
They
Trump's
knew
always
they had
been
a
a puppet.
pudding brain on their hands, and they played his pudding brain right to their advantage.
Yeah,
Your
he's
involvement
just a
has never been
distraction
more
with all
important
this crazy shit.
Yep.
in this political fight, in this battle that we have going on. Your voice, your hand, your presence has never been more needed than it is now.
Yep.
And even
so
in
if
the
you have
smallest
the
way,
opportunity,
it doesn't
Go ahead.
And the
matter how
Heritage
little.
Foundation. Oh, go ahead.
If you're not using your voice, you're just another part of the ignorance of the world. That we have to use our voice. We
you have
have
to.
to
You have to
call
stand.
each
This
other
is the
out.
time. If this isn't the time,
Absolutely.
when is it? Because this is when it's all on the line, and it's all going to hinge on this upcoming midterms.
Yeah.
If we have any chance at all, we have to take the House at least. Nothing. If we would love to take the Senate too.
Gotta
already
take
need
your
the
voted
local.
House.
early.
We got local elections up here next Tuesday that I'm helping with the check-in at the doors and all that crap. And I mean, it's balls to the
So I
wall,
hope.
guys. This is no joke. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Got 4 more
anything
days.
that
I
you can
think.
do to help out your Democrat Party is absolutely so worth
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Anything.
Uncle
Bob,
Fatty, can I
you
ask
know,
you a question?
Oh yeah.
And like we always say, you're going to benefit too because it's going to make you feel good. You're going to meet new people, that like-minded people. You're going to, and you're going to come away feeling like you're part of the plan. And we all need to be part of the plan in every way that we can.
I was convinced for quite a few years that voting didn't mean a damn thing.
A lot of people still
And
think
the
that
more
way.
I'm involved in, the more I realize that they do count the shit. They do count it,
Yeah.
and it does mean something. It means everything.
They try to, a lot of them, especially, they'll try to convince you, it's, not worth your time. If
Yeah.
and
That's
it to a degree,
the flood the zone
it's
shit.
pitiful, but there is a large portion of our population that does not give a shit, that does not vote. So we have to make sure that the ones that do turn out, toe the line, baby.
It's the responsibility of every citizen to be a well-informed voter.
That's it. That's it. This is
It's-
up to
it's a
us. It's a
responsibility.
personal choice.
It really
It's a
is.
personal decision.
I mean, and I used to agree with George Carlin when he used to say, that if I don't vote, then that gives me all the right to bitch because I can bitch about you guys who voted those people in.
Yeah.
But that's not the way it works. It's just not. It's just not the way it works.
Mm-mm. Hey, let me thank let me thank Lincoln, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "When do we get to the big beautiful obituary? Clots and prayers." I'm just saying, it's on everybody's mind. That's how bad it is. You're just waiting for the headline the next morning. Please let it be there.
It'd be a global celebration.
Yeah,
I think
right.
it'd be a global sigh of relief. That boy, how
Hey,
shit
John,
though.
in my home state, I voted for Prop 50, which
Yeah.
keeps my local Republican Party from rigging the election.
Outstanding.
That's
I
a
don't
big
like
one
my
down there.
local Republican Party.
Yeah, my
I hate those
congressman
guys with
sucks
passion,
too.
though.
He's just a yes vote. That's all my congressman is.
I know.
You know.
And I know this because
Unfortunately,
my
that's the way it
landlord-
is in a lot of states too.
Yeah.
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 Just keep their head low and just vote with the party. That's what he does.
Yep.
No, we'll just starve them out. We'll take away everybody's food stamps and take away all the school food. And
Indeed.
next thing you know, they'll be
Indeed.
too hungry to give a shit about anything else and just shut up and drink your vodka.
Because it's going
Blame
to motivate
Gaza.
people. You know,
Yeah.
Yep.
if you didn't have a reason to vote
Saying
before,
Gaza's
you got
taking
one
over.
now. Because your
Hey,
benefits are fixing to end. Eh?
So, I don't know. What was it like going to college with college Republicans though in your era?
Oh, Lord.
Dude. We didn't
That's,
care about politics. Honestly, it was this type of shit, just this rhetoric, you know, it's like
This is new.
I really feel bad for Gen Z. Really I do, because
I
no
do
matter
too.
what side of the aisle you're on, the parents are so engrossed with this stuff that the kids have to be. You know, it's part of their parents' culture, so it's part of theirs. 70s, 80s, this, you know, people bitched about Reagan, people bitched about Bush, obviously, for, you know, taking a surplus, right? Taking an actual surplus of debt.
Yep.
We didn't have any debt. We had a surplus, and he took and squandered that in less than a half a year.
Clinton balanced the budget.
There you go.
Yeah.
The
And
end.
a surplus, you know, and man, as far as it goes, like we used to go to school with our freaking rifles in the back of our trucks, in the racks. You know what I mean? Because we'd go grouse hunting at lunchtime. We'd go grouse hunting after school. There was none of this rhetoric that's just pumping all this divide and conquer bullshit into society.
Well, see, and nobody thought you were going to take that rifle out of the rack and take it into your
There you go.
school.
There you go.
Nobody would have
Because I
ever
used
thought
to
it.
carry
Nobody
mine
would have
in
ever
the
thought
rack
of that.
everywhere I went.
Right?
Everywhere I went.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And thought nothing of it.
Yeah, well, in my experience with college Republicans, dude, like they're a bunch of two-faced bastards, though. Basically, like they'll say a nice thing about you, and then once you're away, they just talk shit behind your back.
That's the Christian way, isn't it? Now these days, that's the American Christian way. You know.
Well,
it reminds me. I'll tell you straight up. It reminds me of the Nazis that grew up around up here, the straight up skinheads. Right, the skinhead national compound was literally a half mile away from our school.
That yes, I think everybody's aware of
you
it.
know,
most well-known white
that was weird.
supremacist. Yeah, I bet.
It was.
Oh, I bet.
You know, but at the same time, you know, you know, they pulled some pretty stupid shit. They did, and that's why we ran them out of here 25 years ago, and tore their church down and turned it into a Holocaust museum.
That's awesome.
Outstanding.
Why not? Because irony's a bitch, right? So
yeah, there you go.
You know, at the same time, like I growing up that close in with those folks, like literally, we'd have 3,000 Nazis marching down my main street every summer, flying their flags, full dress.
I do. I remember it. Big parade.
You know, we'd have riots and all kinds of shit would go off, and like the same time, like they sued my city, 13 times, bro. 13 times, because they would file their permits for their stuff in knowing that it was filled out wrong, or they just wouldn't file it all, right? And then when they wouldn't get their permits, they would sue the city for discrimination.
True.
And three times they actually won, right? So we had to literally pay them because they won a discrimination lawsuit because of the way things were. Anyhow, it really ingrained in me, bro, that everybody, including a Nazi, bro, has the right to exist in America.
Yeah, that's the
and
sad,
I have the right to protest them.
Yeah, I
have the right to protest them. You know, and I have the right to tell them, you get back underneath your rock.
You have a right to be an asshole in this country. I see one every day. I got the rebel flag right down the street from me. Flies it right next to there's the American flag, the Texas flag, and then there's the rebel flag right there.
Yeah,
and when we sit by and we're complacent and we don't say anything, you know, that's when things get to the point where they're at now.
Yeah.
And we've got folks on the other side of the aisle that will absolutely bend over backwards to carry as much water as they can for this man. They're so ingrained with this stuff now that it doesn't even matter what he's accused of. They automatically start defending and rationalizing and justifying. Cult membership is an addiction, bro. Okay,
True.
it's a brain chemical thing. It's just a natural thing that happens in humanity, with cult mentality, with the cult
And
of
that's what you
personality.
see with your maggots, the
That's all it is.
diehard Trump, good old redneck
Well, I was gonna say
Trump
something
supporter.
though about
And-
because like I was talking about Gen Z Republicans. I overheard a conversation, and I know it's rude to be nosy in my part of the country. They talk about once they get in power, they want to repeal like Medicaid, like Medicare Advantage or something like that. Like healthcare
they
for
want
old
to take a
people, they wanna
hatchet
do
to social
Like
services.
they're never going to get old themselves.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the
they're going to
problem
get
right
old,
now,
but they've
that
got
they-
money. They've got money, which
Yeah.
brings me to a comment that I saw. I snagged it here from Harry O'Daniel, and he said, "John, we have no voice without Congress." Is that true? Money is talking, screaming at them to take. How can we compete? Trust voting with them in charge? That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because that's saying, well, what can we do? We're up against big money, and we are. But here's the deal that I keep pounding this in. It's up. It is as of right now in the democracy that we still have the voice. It is our vote that puts their ass in office. If they're not in that office, they're not going to get all the millions and billions of dollars they're going to get from grift or this or whatever. They're not going to have all them benefits. It's up to us, and we have to exercise that power, because that's the only time they understand that our voice is more powerful than their money. Because if you
we
don't
need to
stand
stop
up for
spending
us,
money.
if we don't put your ass in there, you're not even eligible for the crumbs.
That's right.
And the
Make them
So-
uncomfortable when they're in public.
The
That's right.
Democratic representatives are all being paid right now, even though. So why don't they just get on the steps of the door of the House every day and start pointing all of them together and going, look, we're here. We're
Well,
They're
the
in a little
Democrats
bit.
have been
they
there.
will not unlock
But
the
you're right.
door and let us in. And do it
And even
every
still-
freaking day. Show up.
What news station is going to show it? Here's the thing, folks these days don't even know, like the mega folks I argue with, when I bring points up and I show them clips from years and years ago or yesterday.
Oh yeah,
They-
they don't know.
They don't get that. They don't get the news. They don't understand that these.
Yeah.
They don't know 90% of the shit this man has said in public. They don't know about the tweets unless it's a hot topic and something's going around. There's no clue at all. That didn't happen. That's AI, right? That's AI. No, I don't. I choose not to believe it. It's
They
the
think
cult
that
mentality,
Trump
man.
just did
but-
a good deal with China too.
oh, of course, yeah.
And
Because
that's
yeah.
insane. Because he's giving
Yes.
away all of our most advanced chips to Chinese in return for soybean.
Yeah, I don't
purchases
trust any
that
deal
are
he's
lower
getting right
than
now.
they were during the Biden administration.
that was a token buy. Look, if I was Xi Jinping and I wanted to make sure that I was going to bankrupt American farmers, you know what I would do right now? I would give a little token move, right?
Yeah.
A little token buy just to make sure that next year, after they replant,
That you got
They're
all them
screwed.
soybeans, and then get
And we
sucked
don't
in.
buy it again.
They're supposed
Yeah.
to buy it for 3 years after this one.
140 million tons of soybeans that they usually buy, and they just bought 10 million. 10
Yeah,
million.
24 million or something, but
Drop in
it's
the bucket.
still
It's
Drop in the
ridiculous.
It's
Yeah,
a
farmers aren't
fraction
too
of
happy
what
right
they,
now.
It's all
they
a
were
show.
buying before the
It's all
They're a
tariff.
little
So-
pissed like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Hey, let me catch up here because George Murray came in with a $10 donation, and I had a great conversation with George on the phone today. Yes, I talked to our Blue Dots. And I had a great conversation with George today on the phone. George, thank you very much. He says, love all Blue Dots. And Mark, our Blue Dot
That's
greeter
right.
kid, came in and said, Christina would like to hear the song, and so would the rest of us, John. And well, there you
Rock
go.
on,
What are you gonna
baby.
do? There you go, baby. Back by popular demand.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the
Tell me
fuck up,
that song
bitch.
don't make you
Shut
smile.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck
Yep.
up. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck
Oh yeah,
up. Bow,
oh yeah.
bow. I just
Gotta
need
do
you
it.
to
Just
shut
one
the
more time.
fuck up, 'cause
One more
nobody
time,
asked
because
you,
it puts a smile on
bitch.
my face.
I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch.
It
Shut the
does.
fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Hey,
Shut the
John,
fuck up,
what's your
bitch.
favorite
Bow,
flavor of ice
bow.
cream?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow. Shut the
My
fuck
favorite
up. Shut
flavor
the
of
fuck
ice
up.
cream?
Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up.
Hell
Shut the
yeah.
fuck up. Bow, bow.
I people can hate vanilla and whatever I pour on top of it.
Oh, do you pour M&Ms on it?
Huh?
Do you pour M&Ms on
M&Ms.
that vanilla ice cream? M&Ms, Kit Kats.
Oh, whatever.
I've been known to do a couple shots of Jägermeister on the
Oh, there you go.
float.
There you go.
Right there. Tell you what. Mm-hmm.
I didn't think of that. I
Little
might have to
blackberry
think of that.
brandy. Oh yeah,
I've had
but,
brandy.
you know,
I've had.
Yeah.
I pour
I've thought
M&Ms
about.
on mine.
yeah.
I pour like a big ass bag of M&Ms on my bowl of ice cream. Basically,
My
that's what I do.
doctor won't let me do none of that shit.
Well, there you go.
Here's the
Listening
deal.
to those
If I
people
put
again.
fruity pebbles into my frosted flakes, does that make my cereal woke?
Yes, yes, it does. Boy, howdy
Or
shit.
fruity flakes.
Let me
If
get this.
I put chocolate syrup in my frosted flakes, does that make my cereal DEI?
I guess so.
That's Trump's children, Don,
Shoot.
Eric, and Ivanka.
Right? No, man, the talking points are just getting so overwhelming, though. This flood the zone bullshit is just. I mean, I was talking to some buddies here yesterday, last night, who are just oblivious,
Yeah.
completely fucking oblivious to anything that's going on, but will just absolutely bend over backwards to carry water for this piece of shit.
I agree. Anyone here hates their local Republican Party here?
Yeah. It's not the Republican Party. It's your local Republican Central Committee. And yes, I'm in a heated battle with these assholes.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
we've got 3 uncontested seats, and they insist on doing this vetting system, right? Sure, everybody needs to be vetted if they're going to be in office, but everybody's made a mistake. Okay. And they're spending millions of dollars to call out the mistakes on the one side and not calling out their own, and they're the bigger hypocrites. And that's how this shit always works. Every accusation is a confession.
True.
I'm come to configure it. It's a rationalized and justified. I mean, kind of a Christian thing, and it's just a way
Keyboard
to
Warrior said ignorance is their
obfuscate.
superpower.
Yeah, it's just
Combined
the
with
choice
their
not
apathy.
to even engage. Like, oh, I choose not to believe that. Well, okay, so you lose then. Right? Like the mentality is just so bass backwards, and it all comes from one thing. It all comes from flood the zone.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend, and he's a Trumper, and he's like, who is upset that Trump tore down the east wing of the White House? And I said, well, I am.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
And,
I am.
And he said, well, Obama built a basketball court.
So
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like
what did Obama tear down?
Really, this is your comeback on this.
On a
Really?
tennis court that hadn't been used for 20 years.
A basketball court.
Oh, he put baskets up on a tennis court.
Yeah, and Trump
Yeah.
mowed down the whole east wing. And I said, well,
Yeah, they're totally
would it
comparable.
be okay with you? Would it be okay if Trump woke up one morning and decided to bulldoze the Lincoln Memorial and the Vietnam Wall? And they said, oh, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's
If it meant putting a monument to him, he'd do it in a heartbeat.
It's like, how do you differentiate this shit in your mind? where are you people coming from?
Jorge,
How do you draw these
here is
lines?
my basic freaking problem with the Republicans, the right, when it comes to Trump, is the fact that this man is a stinking, lying, thieving. He's a felon. He's a draft dodger. He's a money grubber. All of the bad things.
He's a pedophile.
And all of my life, I've heard nothing out of the right except fly the flag. God bless America. I love America. It's just patriotic bullshit just coming out of their fucking ears. They love it. They love this country. Then why did you put that asshole in charge? That's the guy you worship, a draft dodger, a guy that never did shit for this country? A guy who never even paid his workers. Every company that ever had to work for him, we had to take him to court to get paid.
Every contractor that he ever had.
Every contractor. He's a scumbag, and he's been known that way.
Single invoice.
He lusts after his daughter, all sorts of shit. A whole list of crap all his life. And yet that's their boy.
That's their
Well, he
their
gives
leader.
me the right to make me puff my chest out and talk shit about other people. So that's what I like
Fuck
about
you. I'll vote for Trump.
And my
Fuck
nephew
you.
Joe,
That's what I get. That's the mentality. And the new flag right down the street says it all: God, guns, beer, and freedom. And hey, I look at that flag, and the first thing I think is, why is God in that quotation? Why is they? It has nothing to do with the other ones. God and guns.
Yeah, wait till they don't eat.
They love that slogan.
Yeah.
And I just see the ignorance in
Their
it.
asses go to hell, man. I guarantee you, if Donald Trump
somebody
dies today, dude, like his ass is gonna go to hell for all the shit that he's doing.
The problem
I heard
is,
somebody
what
cough.
you
That means
think-
my son
I
is
just
home.
I do not see any of the rest of these MAGA assholes being, once Trump croaks, who's gonna,
There
I
is
don't
no
J.D.
standard bearer.
Vance. J.D. Vance is not
Vance ain't
gonna
shit.
excite him.
Yeah.
He didn't have a fucking reality show. Who's he?
That's why they're trying to fast track the military advancement and the intrusion on American people with them.
Well, they
because
only
the
got
quicker
3
they do
years to
that-
make it solid. If they don't do it in 3 years, they may
I
all
think-
end up in the penitentiary.
They have
That's
3 years
that's
if Trump lives
assuming
that long.
that's assuming we have elections in 3 years. Assuming that he's not he's
That's
not
the
going to
whole
try to
idea, is
somehow
not have
manipulate.
elections in 3 years.
What's that?
The Supreme Court gave the president this unlimited, basically, immunity and power. You don't think they ever expected to give it to a Democrat, do you?
No.
No. So the only answer is they can't lose another election ever.
That's why they're trying to rig it now.
And
That's why you see this push on
now.
gerrymandering states, because that's where we're
already
down
happened.
to. Who can cheat the
That's why I
best?
voted for Prop 50.
Oh, he's sending DOJ inspectors out for the election here on Wednesday?
Yeah.
We changed it from the Department of Defense to Department of War. We need to change it from the Department of Justice to the Department of something else, because it's not justice. It is
whatever
not.
the fuck these idiots want.
Whatever the fuck Pam Bondi is.
Department of whoever's got the keys to
You
the.
remember George Mitchell went to prison after Nixon.
Yep,
Nixon
that's true.
got away, but
Yeah.
Mitchell went to jail.
Yeah, some of these people have put their ass on the line, and I hope it comes back to bite them on the ass. I really do.
She's
Hey, let me send
hanging
out a couple.
there, buddy.
Let me send out a couple more thank yous to Benny. Blue Dot in Kansas came in with $2 and said it's time for us to go to the grassroots only. No CD. And I've been trying to think of what CD it is. It's not the. Anyway, it'll come to me. And Mega Wet Willie came in with $5 and said Trump would tear down the Lincoln Memorial down in a heartbeat if he could build his Art de Trump Memorial in its place. And that's true. Lincoln came back to let me know, Department of Retribution. That's what it is. It's not justice, it's retribution. Remember, he said it himself, I am your retribution. He meant that shit. And he holds a grudge, as we can see with his who he's trying to prosecute. You know, everybody from James Comey to shit, Nancy Pelosi. You know, he's got a grudge, and he's gonna use whatever power he has. But see, that was, you know, it's the same old line. He always says it. He talks about you doing something that he's doing. He spent all this time talking about how Joe Biden weaponized the Justice Department coming after me. He weaponized it. They were just using it as a, and that's exactly what he's doing now. Now, Joe Biden did not weaponize the Justice Department. I could point out several ways that they fucked up and did not get the job done. Dragged their ass
Trump
and all that
was
shit.
Guilty of all
All
it.
of it. He deserved to be
Weaponized-
investigated. He
did
deserved
it.
to
He's
have
a
his property
criminal.
searched because he took shit he wasn't supposed to take. And
Yep.
still to this day, we don't know if we got back all the shit that he took.
Oh, they just released some new stuff from Jack Smith's filing. I heard today about
Don't worry.
they've decided that the whole thing is obstruction. It's not whether he did it or it's all about obstructing the FBI investigation
Mhm.
by hiding the shit. And we all know he did it because there's film of it. You know, and the boxes were there.
And
And,
People got
I mean,
caught red-handed,
Yeah.
yep.
loading shit on planes and all that crap, man. There was still like, from what I understand, it was still like something in the neighborhood of 1,200 documents that the archives never got back.
Yeah, now walking Nauta is kind of like you have to talk to him in order to get in the Oval Office these days.
Mhm.
He's roaming around down in the Oval Office these days instead of Highland
Gatekeeper.
Final.
The
I
big
Oh.
hate
boy.
that guy so much.
It just,
I'm telling you.
just makes you want to holler, don't it?
Makes you want to stand up and do something, and that's what we all need to do. Don't forget that we talk a lot of shit on this show. We talk about anything and everything, the recipes. I don't give a shit what we talk about, but this show is about one thing, motivating you to be involved, to take a stand, to find that, to call your local Democratic headquarters, to there's a list, to talk
Get
to friends
involved
about
in
it.
your,
Mhm.
Yeah, be involved. Write a letter to your congressman.
involved in
Boy,
your
howdy
local
shit. They'll write back.
And if
They will
nothing
write
else,
back.
let your friends, family, and circle of people know where you stand.
Where you
on
stand. Be proud of where you stand.
this. If nothing
That's
else.
a big one. That's a big one.
Yep.
You're on the
'Cause
right
we're
side
on
of history,
the right
baby.
side of this deal.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And I am still trying to build bridges. You know, I am still trying to reach out to my Red Hat friends and family members because they are worth it. You know, as big as assholes as they turned out to be, it's still worth it.
Wait,
I'm
you
glad
still
to hear you
have
say
MAGA?
that. That speaks well of your character.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I
I
don't know
mean,
anyone
look-
in my family MAGA.
we're all made of the same space dust. Okay, when we look at each other and we see a color or we see a gender, bullshit, whatever. Okay, we're all spiritual beings. We all feel what's going on. Right. Megan knows what's going on. Everybody I talk to feels the same when we break it down. Okay, when we break it all the way down, they feel the same, that something's wrong with the situation. They're just not
Yeah.
looking at it from the right perspective. Right. And they're getting fed a bunch of bullshit. And now they're at the point where they don't even need to hear the bullshit.
Thank
Where
you,
anything
Sam.
that comes up, it's an automatic justification, and that's cult mentality. And when I call it out to them, and I really explain it to them in a very basic way, like, if you can't tell me one thing that this man has ever done wrong in his whole life, okay, and you sit here for an hour and you rationalize and justify about all these talking point tropes about what's going on with the other side and whataboutisms and deflect and redirect, like, we got a problem here. Okay. And I care for my friends. I care for my family. I care for everybody. And when I see people that are so far down into this fucking pit of flood the zone bullshit,
It's
of
heartbreaking.
divide and conquer tactics, of the same exact rhetoric that I used to hear up here at the Nazi church, coming right off the pulpit, okay? And Trump's running around talking about tainting the blood and shit like this, and saying stupid shit like, I love the uneducated, I love the poorly educated, straight up making fun of his own constituencies. Like,
Yeah.
those are the things that have been able to bond that bridge, right? To bridge that gap, to really get folks to look at things on a down to earth level. Break it all the way down. Here's what's up. If you can't tell me one thing he's ever done wrong, you're a cult member.
True.
And I just keep saying that to them over and over again until they can admit that they're a cult member, and then they start to actually change, because that's what you have to do with an addict. It's tough love. It is. It's tough love, but it's fucking worth it to me to really build that bridge. It is, and to make sure that if nothing else, that they know that I'm still here for them.
I agree.
And it sucks. It really sucks. I know so many people have lost family members off this shit.
Oh yeah.
And there's no reason for it.
Oh, put me on that list. Put me on that list, baby.
It's the logs. It's the log scenario where you got a chunk of a tree, right? And it's an 18-inch chunk of log. And you cut it in quarters. Now you got some burning wood, right? You cut one of those quarters down into quarters again, and then down into quarters again, and you make some kindling. You're never putting that log back together. Okay, and we got this sentiment going through society where we're labeling ourselves in such a way of this us versus them, when really it's just all of us. And I'm telling you,
which leads me
this
back
comes right
to
out
the
of the
bridge.
White Power movement. This comes right out of Russia. This comes right out of the notion that we will take over your country and not have to fire a single shot.
There you go. From within.
Because we'll play the
That's
long
where
game.
this
The
comes
simple
from.
thing you have to remember is that you cannot blame your problems on people who have less political influence than you do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't do
And that's
that.
what
Right?
And that's the whole mega game, though, isn't it?
It's
It's the deflect and blame.
That's the whole
Right?
idea. That's what they're doing. And they're
No
the ones
personal
with the
responsibility.
influence. They're the ones
No
with the money. The
accountability.
billionaires got it all.
Mm-hmm.
And we're
man.
going to blame it on Pedro and Juan out there with their lawnmowers trying to take care of your neighbor's fucking yard.
Yeah.
Not with my
Yeah, there's
tax money.
the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
All the
don't
tax money-
belong here.
Yeah, MAGA loves.
They're taking our jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Meanwhile, we
whatever
bombed
bullshit
40
they can
boats off
sell.
the side of the frickin' Venezuela, and each one of those missiles runs about a mil and a quarter a piece.
Oh, yeah. That's some money going up in flames every time you see one of those shots. And don't get me started on that shit, because that's just fucking disgusting. What he's doing is just fucking
If
disgusting.
you think we don't have Coast Guard vessels that could intercept them,
Oh,
you
yeah, we
are
do.
Wrong.
Hell, we got them on camera. We got a fucking helicopter
You
right
are
above them.
wrong. We can
What the fuck?
intercept them.
You could insert. Yeah, you could do it. You could do it.
You can arrest them.
Just
and
not.
put
That's
them
not the
on
way we're doing it
trial for
nowadays.
drugs
Nowadays,
and
we'll just shoot,
and
blow
put
your ass
them
out of
in
the water.
Prison. That's
And
the
don't even
way
give a
it-
shit who's on that boat.
Yeah. Or we can just kill
So-
you.
It's called shock and awe.
Fuck it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's all shock
Fuck
and
it.
awe.
Fuck the law. We just kill
If
you.
it has anything to do with Trump, guaranteed 100%. Okay, this has been written out. It's been put through a think tank. It's been ran through another rough draft scenario. It's been think tanked again, and then it's been put through the final draft, and then it's been implemented. Okay, the man is a
And then the
producer.
Heritage Society said, "Here's what you're gonna do."
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
That's great.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Well,
and
I
let's
guess
not
we're gonna
forget
wrap it
that
up for
that
the
man-
evening.
Yeah, and let's
Holy
not
shit.
forget that
Why was that
Donald
time?
Trump wants to put his face on Mount Rushmore.
Oh yeah, that ain't happening
Yes.
either.
And our
That
money.
ain't happening.
I got something I'd like to put in his face.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a flat iron that you can go out and stick it right over cow pie. And when you
There you
pull it
go.
off, it's his face
Before he
right there.
leaves, we're gonna have the new Trump ballroom. We're gonna have the new Trump the Arc de Trump. Yeah, whatever. Like I said, whatever mark he can make on DC, he's gonna do. He's gonna try to put his mark on the whole damn country. So
He's a narcissist. That's the problem. Is that he's a
You
narcissist.
reckon?
what the
Great
fuck?
word.
Damn, Stephanie.
That's a great word.
And let's not forget that he appeals to the two most narcissistic generation that he can appeal to is our millennials and Gen Zers, the generation that I'm a part of. You know.
Boy,
Yeah, and the internet kind of done that, you know, TikTok and all the other medias like that, social media.
These people. And the sad part is I go to school with them.
Yep.
Like I literally do.
Oh, we're out there in public every day with these people. You know.
I know.
And they're and let's face it. When we go to the store, you know, I don't, you know, stop and discuss politics with anybody. I say hi to people, excuse me, whatever. Everybody's nice. Nobody's walking around being an asshole. You know, it hasn't reached that point yet. That you know, I do. I'm looking optimistic. I see him having a lot of fucking trouble right now, and the country is in bad shape, getting worse. People are, you know, having to pay higher for groceries, and hell, if you haven't lost your job in this shutdown already, which has a rippling effect through communities. You know, this is really hitting hard, and yeah. Fallen arches. I love it. Fallen arches. All right, we're going to wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Let me see. Dr. Andy.
I just want to say, Lowe's, that my generation is like completely fucked up, basically. And what makes it sad, though, is that they're so insecure. They always take their blame out of old people for no reason, especially the ones that vote blue. Yeah. You know?
Well,
it's all programming, bro.
Yeah.
You just got to reprogram their minds and just let them know they're cult members and just keep pushing it in their to the brain.
Remind them of who fought for all of this shit that he's trying to destroy right now. We are the
and make sure they hit that thumb button. Make sure you hit that bell. Yeah. Make sure you sub up. Make sure you join that Patreon.
Thank you.
Do all that good shit too.
Yeah, all that shit right down there. Real convenient. Anyway, Dr. Andy, thank you very much, buddy.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
You too, man.
You bet. We'll see you on the next run. There you go. And George.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me in the room, and appreciate all of that family.
Hey, table's always open, brother. There's always a chair at this table. We got room, brother.
I appreciate that.
All right, George.
Yeah, we got to keep on the fight.
Indeed,
moving forward and focus on that on the Heritage Foundation.
We're going to win
give
this
them
shit.
Give them people some uncomfortable settings.
We're going to build a new bridge.
They're going to go in public, kind of be around there and question them. You know.
There you go. Use your voice anytime you get a chance to. Anyway, George.
Absolutely.
Thank
yes,
you,
sir.
brother, and take care. We'll see you later. And let me see, Jorge.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother. How's Nan?
You know,
by the way,
Nan's
good.
Fabulous. She just got back into Houston today, and her daughter's wedding is Thursday, and the utter mayhem has set in.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine mayhem would be a good.
And
term.
I'm glad I live 4 hours away from that.
You're glad you're not involved in that.
I'm not. I get when I get around rice, I get sweaty.
There you go. There you go.
After my 2 divorces, the rice makes me nervous, man.
Yeah. Why?
Just the idea of rice
no, I'm
makes me
thinking
nervous,
all of a sudden a flashback from an old comedy album where the wife is telling him, "Oh, George, you love rice. I hate rice." "Well, why do you hate rice?" "It's associated with the worst part of my life." Anyway, it's this old comedy thing. Anyway, Jorge, thank you, brother.
Hey, we love you guys. Don't
love
take
you
no
too.
wooden aspirin. And so it's always darkest before it gets darker.
There you go. There you go. So we got something to look forward to.
But we ain't gonna stop. They're not gonna.
No, baby, we're gonna let our light shine. We're gonna be the light. That's what
Good
we're
night,
gonna be.
y'all. We love
Good
you
night,
guys.
Jorge. Take care of yourself. We love you too. And Uncle Fatty.
For me, it's good afternoon.
Right? It's not even dark yet.
Not even dark yet. Shit. Uncle
Well,
Patty, thank you
good
for
topic
coming in,
tonight,
brother.
John. Good topic tonight. It's always nice to sit down at the table and
I enjoy it
chit-chat
anytime
Blue
you come
Dots.
in, brother.
Absolutely.
You always bring a lot
Be
to the
good to
table.
everybody. Be good to yourself more than anything. Make sure you realize that fast fatigue is real. You got to take some time out for yourself, but you can learn
Gotta
and
recharge the
plan how
batteries.
to rebuild those bridges, man.
Find
For sure.
a distraction like watching a bridge be torn down. You know.
Or come up here and go snowboarding with Uncle Fatty.
Hey. There
It's
you
very
go with that
nice.
snow shit again. See?
Yeah, buddy.
Anyway, Uncle Fatty, take care of yourself, brother, and come back.
Yeah, much love, guys.
All right. Take care. And Miss Chick is got her. There she is.
And John.
And that
Boy,
was
you
fun.
guys are all just, ray of fucking sunshine, let me tell you.
Ain't we? Ain't we? Just happy little group, aren't we? Just, yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. It was great, though. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I needed it.
Anyways,
Anyway.
we do have elections coming up on the 4th.
Yes, we do.
In a lot of the states. I think I counted something like 25 states have some shit going on.
That's why I played the boat song at the beginning of the show.
And I'm going to call out 4 in particular. They're special elections because most of the elections are a little more what I'd call local. They might be for mayors and sheriffs.
Proposition this, proposition that.
Right, yeah. A lot of those, or school boards or whatever. But there's 4 special elections that if you're in any of these districts, be paying attention. I don't have names, so you're going to have to look that up. But Texas, the 18th Congressional House District, that's one. Ohio, there's a U.S. Senate. And Florida is also a U.S. Senate special election. That means someone either was moved around, someone might have passed away. Yeah. So keep an eye on those. And then Tennessee has a 7th Congressional District House special election on December 2nd. I'm not sure why on December 2nd, but actually Ohio and Florida says November 3rd, and I'm not sure on that either. Not everybody's voting on the 4th, I guess.
Thank you.
Everybody does it different because they got to be different.
Everybody's got to be a little different.
Just a little different.
If there's any kind of elections going on, and it right down to dog catcher, yeah, try to be involved. These important ones, yes, we need you there. 2 Senate seats on the line, yeah, we need that shit. But take time out for your local election too. Proposition this, proposition that. It's good for your community, and it's just absolutely good to be involved, and it makes you knowledgeable about what's going on in your part of the woods. So,
and hang on here, I have a thing slow. I have a site to go look at. They talk about all sorts of stuff going on all over the country.
And who don't want to know all about the stuff? Check
out Bolts Mag, as in Bolts Magazine, boltsmag.org. And yeah, they're pretty comprehensive there. So.
Outstanding.
True. Hey, John.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to know something about my local Republican Party?
What's that?
My local Republican Party is more crooked than any other local Republican Party that you can think of.
Boy, howdy shit. That must be bad.
Yeah, because
that must be
they
bad, Andy.
gerrymander the fuck out of our elections, and there's a reason why I voted for Prop 50. Because they do a lot of like real estate fraud where I live. The Republicans in my state.
More howdy.
Yeah,
Good
they
reason
are
to be
very
involved,
cozy
buddy.
they're very cozy with corporate landlords.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Anyway.
All right. Anyways, John, you know what other exciting news I have?
What other exciting news do you have, Miss Chick?
I can see the shit sharers again.
You can see the shit sharers? Outstanding. Yes. We kind of missed our shit sharers.
I know. Don't ask me how it wasn't working, but
the
it's
magic
working
of the
now.
Universe just worked. They knew we wanted to know who was sharing our shit.
It's the magic of the metaverse.
There you go. Well, who shared our shit then?
Well, we had Julianne B. from Florida, Tom E. from California, Lucius L. from Georgia, Tanya T. from Massachusetts, L1W from North Carolina, and our own Carolyn M. from North Carolina all shared this shit.
Oh, Caroline M. shared this shit. I love it shit.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Thank you very much, everybody who shares this shit. You can share this shit. It's right down there, a little button down you push, and maybe Miss Chick will be calling your ass out on the next show. Who knows? Who knows?
Just might.
But if you don't share this shit, you ain't gonna be called out. So I'm just pointing that out too. Anyway, it is Thursday, baby. So that makes that tomorrow, Friday, and get ready for Beard Bud Friday. So put the beer on the ice. So let's get ready to go. I hope you have a great weekend, and pay attention to what's going on because the shutdown's still happening on. We're making record territory now, and the longer this shit goes on, the Epstein shutdown, I call it, because that's what it is. It's the only reason Congress has not reconvened is because then Mike Johnson would have to swear in the new Congress lady from Arizona, and then shit hits the fan. So, stall and delay, baby. Anyway, even if it takes tearing down the White House. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for being here. And remember, try to put a smile on your face tomorrow. Give that shit away to somebody else. And I don't know, make it the best day you can. Anyway, love you, Miss Chick. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. And good night, Miss Chick.
Good night, Blue Dot family.